Hi guys, what's up? Jackie here, and we're here for day 2 of the 7-day course. This music's going a little loud for my taste. So I'm just going to wait a couple minutes for a few people to pop on, and then I'm going to get started. Today we're going to talk about, today is I feel fluid. So I feel fluid. Self and relationship woes. Hi. If you're hopping on, come say hi. Hi, Chauncey. What's up? So today we're talking about day 2, like I said. And so I feel fluid is based down going downstream, right? So to be crystal clear, okay? So this is self and relationship woes. I want to be very, very clear. My entire practice, no matter what you're doing, no matter what area of your life you're working with me with, the entire part is being the best you that you can be so that you can have the desires that you want and move in the direction that you want to go first. Okay. Now, is that to say that, and then a relationship, all right? Now, that's not to say that you're incapable of being a good partner or person if you don't do all of that. But if your goal is just to be a good person, then you may not need my help. But if your goal is to make sure that you are fulfilled so that you are, this is my example. Okay. Like, let's say you are this cup. Okay. You are this lovely cup. All right. Excuse me, which is the perfect color for our teachings today. Anyways, when you are overflowing, okay, giving doesn't feel like giving. It feels like it's natural, like breathing. You can't help but give in a relationship or to anything else because you're overflowing. And my point is to make sure that I'm at a point to where I am overflowing. Airplane. Hey, hi, Essie. Right? So anyways, I just want to make that crystal clear, okay? So for those of you who are who want to work with me to fix your relationship, okay, that's great, okay? Obviously, you have somebody that you care about, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. You want to fix the relationship because the connection is important to you, okay? At the end of the day, it all comes down to you anyways. So you might as well do yourself the biggest gift and favor and do what you came down to this earth to do, which is to feel fulfilled, which is to live in your authentic truth and purpose and to have the best staycation that you can on what we call life on earth, period. That's why you are here. Okay. You're not here to work for the man. You're not here to just grow up and have a bunch of babies. Like, you're here. I mean, that may be stuff that's part of it, but that's not the goal. The goal is to be as happy as you can, as often as you can, every second of the day. And that doesn't mean, obviously there's bad things going on, but it's not to ignore the bad shit. It's just to be like, okay, this is bad. Well, this is really cool. I'm going to look at this. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly, yeah, I know some of you probably thought I got distracted, but that was the example. Okay. Anyways, intimacy. Okay. Into you I see. All right. So one of the largest mistakes, I'm reading my notes. One of the largest mistakes that we make as partners is we overcompensate with sexual intimacy to show our partners or ourselves that we are as into them as we say we are. Men and women, especially women, we do this to our men all the fucking time. And it's like, we don't know. We know that they're feeling insecure, but we don't know what to do to help make them feel more secure. So we overcompensate by being extra sexy, buying lingerie, you know what I mean, doing sexual things or speaking in sexual ways, like trying to be that Jessica Rabbit for them, when in actuality they need like genuine nurturing. Like, maybe they just want to lay in your lap. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe there's something that they actually really wanted to talk about. So it's about going into the deepest part of intimacy. And as individuals, we do this as well. We feel like we have a lack of genuine intimacy, connection within ourselves for ourselves, which means that we can't do it for our reality, right? So what does that mean? Some of us will undersex, which means we will not have sex whether it's just like with someone we're in a relationship with or not, because we feel like, oh, well, since I don't already have this intimate connection, and that probably means that I'm not allowed to have it, so I'm just going to go with that. One of the hugest mistakes we make as third dimensional aliens is going with the fucking grain when it's not a grain that we want or adopted. I mean, it's one that we adopted, but it's not one that we want. It's not even in our truth. It's not what we want to fucking do, but we do it because we think that, well, this is how it is, so this is how it is. No, this is how it is. You like it? No? Change it. Oh, okay. All right. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. All right, I get it. You know what I mean? You're picking up what I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying? Hi, boo. How are you? Anyway, so as individuals, we do this all the freaking time, which means in relationships, we do this all the freaking time, okay? And so I was working with this one couple, really sweet couple, and I love these kind of couples. They're like couples who meditate. They're a couple who meditates together, and they're both into spiritual practice, and they're both into self-care, and, you know, they both smoke weed together and stuff. Like, I like that stuff. I like seeing people, and me personally, being in relationship. I like relationships in general where the people involved or the aliens involved are like-minded. I absolutely love that. It breaks my heart when somebody is in a relationship with somebody when they have different faiths to the point where it tarnishes the relationship or opinions. And when I say faith, I was talking religion, but honestly, let's be real. We're talking about beliefs. You know, you get into a relationship and then you expect this person to meet all of these requirements that you have, not saying that they're not reasonable and not saying that they're not within your alignment. But here's the thing. We don't talk about what we want and what we expect from ourselves and our partner and the relationship when we get into one. So when we get into one, whether it's the right thing to do for us or not, we expect them to fulfill those needs, and then we get mad at them when they don't. But here's the problem. The problem is we never expressed this to them in the first place. That's the problem. We're not talking about what we actually want and what we actually desire at all. So then when you get 2-3 years into the relationship and you're just like, I don't know what to do. He's not listening to me. He's not meeting my needs. Or she's, you know, uptight. She's not trusting me. You know, it's like you get caught in these patterns trying to figure each other out, when instead of trying to figure out what they're thinking, you just need to just ask. Just ask me. That way, if you ask me how I feel about this thing, if you ask me what I'm thinking about this thing, then that means you don't have to wonder. So you can save all that energy of trying to figure out what the fuck I'm thinking, and you can ask me. And I will genuinely just sit here and be present with you and tell you what I want. Okay, but in order for you to do that, you need to be willing to be brave enough to explore what you want and be like, you know what? Maybe these things that I thought that I wanted aren't what I actually wanted. Maybe this is what I actually wanted. And you do that by doing this homework, okay? So the homework is a day of self-care or us care, okay? Have a me day or have an us day. All right. And here's the thing. I want to back up really quick. I don't want you to make that mean anything. When you find out that there's things in your vibration that aren't aligned with you, and that means when you realize that there's things that you don't like, that you didn't know you didn't like, whether it's about yourself or your partner or whatever situation that you're in, do not let that mean something. Do not make that mean, oh, like the sex thing. I don't have this connection, so that means I'm not allowed to have it. Excuse me. Don't make it mean anything but this. Say this with me. I have a vibration within me that I am now aware of. Okay? I have a vibration within me that I am now aware of. And now that I am aware of it, I know that there are steps I can take to change my beliefs and perspective. Okay? And ultimately, my reality. I'll say that for you again. I have a vibration within me that I am now aware of. And now that I am aware of it, I know that there are steps I can take to change my beliefs and perspective, and ultimately, my reality. You see how freeing that is? That is just absolutely, and like, oh my God, I absolutely love that. No, I didn't find that on the internet. I channeled that for you. well, for us, I channeled it for all of us last night while I was writing these notes, because I don't want you to freak out about something. I don't want you to freak out about being like, oh my God, I am super manipulative. Like, that was one for me. You know, I'm way more, I knew that I knew I was manipulative. I know that I am manipulative, but my perspective is that I used it in ways that wasn't actually damaging for other people, but only because I felt like, and I used it in ways to get things that I wanted. Now, things that I wanted wasn't, like I said, I wasn't taking advantage of other people. But my problem is that I didn't feel like I could get my needs met directly, because in my childhood, I learned that if something that I wanted wasn't something that my reality, which my reality were my gods, who are my gods, my parents, okay? If it was something that I wanted wasn't in alignment with what my gods or parents' reality agreed with, then I had to find another way to get that thing. And that is it. That doesn't mean I'm a manipulative bitch. It doesn't mean anything. That doesn't make me anything. It doesn't make me anything. All it means is that there's a vibration and an energy, a feeling, a thought process, a belief system that I have adopted regardless of the reason why. And now that I know that I have adopted this thing and I know that I don't like it, I can change it. And it's not like, oh my God, I don't like this thing. It's like, ew. Okay, not anymore. On to the next one. Let's flip it over and do the other side. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. You know how to drop a hot, that's what he said. Can I get some ha-ha-has? That's so funny. Hi, Essie. So anyways, I had to put that out there. Okay. The homework. Okay, and so this is how you're going to release and receive. This is how you're going to receive love without the guilt, okay? By doing the things that I've talked about before, owning your reality and seeing that it doesn't make you, thank you for the laugh, seeing that it doesn't make you anything other than what it actually is. You are you. There's things that you do. There's things that you think. There's things that you say. But do all those things make up who you are? No, it does, but it doesn't. Because at the end of the day, you can change them. How many times have you said, I'm not the person that I was? Okay? You've said horrible things to people in your past, but does that make you a horrible person today? If that's something that you realize that you did, that you don't want to do, that you have forgiven yourself for, and asked for forgiveness for, and have decided that you don't want to live in that vibration anymore, well, then it's no longer who you are. If now it's who you were. Babe. Or better yet, it's something that it's not who you were, it's things that you have done, things that you have said. Hey, come here, Bane Jackson. As I'm trying to do this video, and I need to get to the homework, and then we're going to do a meditation. Let me grab him because he's bugging me. Hey, come here. Stop it. Thank you. Okay, and this is real life. And this is why it's a Facebook Live. For those of you who are watching the replay on YouTube, like, this is real life. No, I'm not going to edit this. I'm going to get through the teachings and keep him pushing, okay? Anyways, here we go. So, for your self-day. Now, this is the thing. I know that for some of you, you guys have like kids or just like things to do, whatever, to where you feel like you can't take an entire day or a whole weekend, which, by the way, that is what I am preferring. That is my intention for this homework, okay? So don't take that as, oh, well, I'm just going to take 2 hours. No, when I'm saying I want you to take a significant amount of self or us care day, okay? And significant means like the whole day, like half the day. Like if you can do 8 hours, 8 to 12 hours to overnight to weekends, the more time, the absolute better. But 2 to 3 to 4 hours is not what I'm suggesting, because my whole point is because the point is for you to give yourself that time and space. Okay. A friend of mine, Stephen Andreas, if you guys find him on my Facebook, his stage name is Nisha Nasty, dope LGBTQ rapper, freaking awesome. Anyways, I was talking to him the other day, and we were talking about, he was saying to me that He said that we live in different places. I live in California and he lives in Texas. But he was saying that he also feels like the reason why we live in different places is because we're each a light. We each represent a candle that is just here to light up where we are. And I was like, that is absolutely correct. It is. But I was telling him, what good of a candle or a light are you if you are not making sure that your flame is lit and burning? You know what I'm saying? How are you going to light your path, let alone anybody else's, if you're not going out of your way to make sure that flame is burning? You know what I mean? Like, what use are you? You're not. You know what I mean? You're burnt out, literally, which means you're not serving your purpose, which means you don't feel like there's a purpose for you being here, which causes depression, stress, anxiety, chronic pain, suicidal thoughts and actions. I mean, boom. And all that crap in between, alcoholism, drug abuse, you know what I mean? Like, there's a fine line between having fun and drowning in your sorrows. You know, it can get there. It really can, experience, just saying. Just saying, been there. But that's another video. The point is, this is a significant amount of time. So activities. Meditate together if you are individually or as a couple. Go on a hike. Eat some high vibrational foods. Meat. I'm not gonna hate on the meat eaters. I get meat. I get it. All right. I ate meat. I get it. My point. Meat is a heavy food. It's a heavy vibrational food. You want something high vibe. So if you do have meat, make sure that you go do a few things. Either it's very minimal as far as the options that's going on. You know what I mean? Maybe 1 to 2, and then have a smorgasbord of other things, fruits and vegetables, and, maybe sweets, or, I like sweets, whatever. Well, sweets are a more high vibe food than meat. I'm just, that's my brain. Anyways, yeah. Okay. You get what I'm talking about. Okay. So, okay, having a conversation about what you want, thinking about what you want, desire from yourself and what you expect from yourself and from the person that you're in a relationship with, as well as the relationship, having that communication with yourself or having that communication with your partner, super important. And that's why the significant amount of time is important, because you need to be able to set the space to be able to have the conversation, to be able to breathe. Okay. And if you are planning on having this conversation, you're going on a date with your partner for the day, for your us day, you're not going to want to be sitting there and having that conversation be the whole thing. It may not be non-confrontational. There may be some confrontation in that conversation. So why would you only give yourself 2 hours to do that? And I'm not saying do not just go to a movie. You know what I mean? Do not, if you're doing your individual thing, do not go to Vegas and do a bunch of drugs and binge on alcohol. Okay, a hangover is not high vibe. Let me say that again. A hangover is not high vibe. People, you know this. Okay? Again, not knocking it. I'm just saying this particular homework is not for that, okay? I'm not saying you cannot drink, and I'm not saying you can't have fun. But what I'm saying is that the vices are not going to be center stage here. You are. Your inner body, your emotional body, how you're feeling is center stage here. And if you're in a relationship, your inner body, inner self, inner feeling into the inner body, inner feeling of the relationship, okay? Which goes to the other person. So it's both. Okay, I need you to guys start seeing the relationship as its own entity, okay, that you need to feed. And if you are feeding it, okay, if you're the mom and you're feeding the baby, then the mom eats food to feed herself and the baby, keeping herself nourished, keeping herself hydrated, okay? Mental, emotional, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health, people, okay? All day, all right? So make sure that you are getting plenty of sleep. Make sure that you're having open conversations, all of that. All right, now let's get to the mantra and the homework that's going on, and then we're going to finish up with the meditation. Where is my time? Where is my time? Oh, only 20 minutes. Yes. I am slaying on my time right now. Okay. That is awesome. Ow. Okay. Here we go. So this is the homework. Write this mantra. I am fluid enough to allow what is. Okay. I am fluid enough to allow what is. That means you are sitting completely 1,000% in your authentic truth, and you are taking 100% responsibility for your reality and everything that has happened to you in your reality. Okay. Never in a lower energy way, never in a self-damning way, but in a, this is what it is. Regardless of how it happened, regardless of the influences, regardless of the idea of deserving, this is what it is. This is my reality, and I'm taking 100% responsibility for all of that has been going on and is going on in it. Okay? Whew, that was like, whew, okay. And with that, there is freedom. With that is a releasing of resistance. You release the resistance that you are saying, this is not okay, that is not okay, this is not okay, that is not okay. Instead, you are just leaving it wide open. Oh, there's a butterfly. You are leaving it wide open. And as a result of leaving it wide open, you are able to allow in messages, okay, from your higher self, from your guides, from your ancestors, from your angels. You know what I'm saying? From just your inner voice, like I said, higher self, intuition, all of that. You may even start to have a fun banter dynamic back and forth with your ego, where it's more than just, you know, your ego talking shit and making you feel lower than, okay? Maybe it's like, well, you're wrong for this. Well, you're wrong for that. And maybe you can actually treat your ego like she's your little sister instead of like this big, bad, all-knowing, you know, voice in your head that you can't control. You will start to see that you have way more control over your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and ultimately reality than you think you do. And you can do it directly without having to go indirectly to meet those needs, like I was. Or, you know, I do sometimes, I do it still. But the difference is when I do it, I'm conscious enough, I'm aware enough and conscious enough now to where I can be like, oh, I just did that. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. Don't worry. Your bad habits, whether they're conscious or subconscious, if you're continuing to do them, you're just going to keep doing them naturally. So don't worry. They'll show themselves to you. Okay? Just, again, don't make it mean anything about who you are as a person or being enough as a third dimensional alien. Just recognize it as what it is, a vibration that you have that you may or may not want to keep. I feel so powerful just saying that. Okay, so that's the mantra. I am fluid enough to allow what is. Okay. Where surround these colors? Okay. Orange, blood orange, yellow orange mix. Okay, so I have this is like red. All right, and so you can also dabble down into like the red, blood orange, or just like deep bright reds too if you wanted to, because those are friends. Those are friends and supportive and intimate, and sexy, but sexy and like I said, like in an intimate way. Like, you ever felt comfort in your own sexuality? I don't know. If you haven't, then it's kind of hard to explain, so I digress. Anyways, let's move on. Eat, drink these foods: pineapple, orange juice. I love tequila sunrise. Like I said, though, I don't want to make it like about the alcohol, but it's about being authentic. Like, enjoy your tequila sunrise. Like, I went out to the gay bar with my friend Eli. Okay, we went to Tiki, and we had the best time. We danced our asses off. We danced our butts off. And it was dope. Anyway, my point is that when I had gone there, I hadn't really been drinking. You know what I mean? I'd actually been like hiding out for a while, just like being a hermit. And no, definitely a hermit, but that's not the point. So we went out, and when we went out, I was like, I want a shot of tequila, but I also want this beer. And I was like, I don't know which one I should get, because I felt like me saving my money was more important. And so finally I was like, you know what? I want this thing, and me wanting it is enough. And I love that I got these two different drinks so that I can mix them in a way that, you know, makes me feel happy. And like, the whole process of paying ended up being fun. And so it's like, that's why I want you guys to just, allow. That's what I mean by allow. That's what I mean by letting in these realizations about yourself. Okay. Here's the extra homework. Okay. And this is for those of you who are 420. If you are not 420, use at your own risk. Okay. Definitely speak to people or a doctor or whatever, an expert who knows what they're doing if this is something that you want to do. But orange kush, or any kind of strand that has orange like fur or pieces on it, is really, really, really awesome. Okay, really ground, or any other grounding strand, something that maybe well, I'm not an expert, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I am not a doctor, so use this recommendation at your own risk. Okay, again, it is 420. It is medicine. It does have effects. Things can happen. So, don't be an idiot about it. Okay. And just be mindful, be respectful of yourself and your body, be respectful of other people around you. Just be respectful and be safe, have fun, but, be safe, and, and I'm not trying to say that it's dangerous, but if you're reckless with it, then bad things can happen. Like I said, it's all about the intention. It's all about the energy. So if your intention or your energy is not good, then it's not going to be good. If you feel like your intentions, if you don't feel good when you're interacting with somebody, then what you're saying is going to be a reflection. They're going to feel it. You ever say something to somebody and you're like, okay. And then they're like, well, why'd you have an attitude? And it's like, I didn't, I just said, okay. But it's like, you felt like you had an attitude, but how dare them call you out on it? Because you just said, okay. That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody knows what I'm saying. Everybody. Okay. Interact and people. Okay. So be mindful of surrounding yourself only with, people, places, things, situations, objects. Only surround yourself with supportive energies, okay? That guide you into and encourage you and support you in your fluidity, okay? It is, when we think going downstream, it sounds like we have no control at all whatsoever. But there is a lot of power in release. Just run that over, okay? You can even meditate on that too. Anyway, so inner child, this is something that I really like to do. So use the extra advice, which is the 420 orange kush advice. Use the extra advice while watching cartoons like Rick and Morty. Okay. I do this by myself all the time. It's one of my favorite things to do is I'll get up early or I'll stay up late and I'll, smoke some 420 and then, watch cartoons. I'll watch Rick and Morty or, American Dad or Family Guy or one of my favorite ones, I'll watch Tom and Jerry. I love me some Tom and Jerry. Can I get some 90s? Woo woo! Hey, 90s kids. Hey. Anyways, okay, so let's get to the meditation. All right. So remember, we are reflecting. Okay, we are forgiving ourselves and we are accepting our progression. Okay, so go ahead and sit in a really comfortable spot. All right, go ahead and take the time to have a sip of something to drink. This should be water, but it's apple juice. Okay, and while we're waiting for those of you to go ahead and grab something to drink and just stretch and get ready for this meditation and get comfortable, I'm going to let you guys know right now that I am writing an ebook. In fact, what I'm doing each night is I'm writing, I'm prepping for these videos every night. Why do I say it like that? That's hilarious. I'm prepping for these videos every night by writing a page of the ebook. So the cool thing about it is it's going to be a more in-depth and deeper thought process of exactly what I'm talking about. So I would consider these videos to be the clip notes with a little something extra, because it is that as we're hanging out, you know what I'm saying? But so you have my words while I'm sitting there just thinking to myself, and then you also have this, connection here with the meditation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach each day with each video, and eventually, when it's all said and done, the 7-day course with the videos and the written part, I'm getting excited talking about it. You're going to be able to purchase them together. So like a whole package. So we'll see how it turns out. You know what I'm saying? But for now, the videos are are posted on YouTube in a free playlist. So yeah. Okay. Oh, to the meditation. I'm going to change this background music. I don't even know if y'all can hear it, but it makes me feel good. Take a deep breath. From the bottom of your lungs. Hold. Exhale when ready. Deep breath in. Pulling yourself straight up. Feeling source pulling your spine straight up. I have patience with myself. Deep breath in. I have patience with myself. Steady breath in. I love myself. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Focus, rise, and fall your chest with breath. Now imagine that you see a seed. The seed is being planted into the soil. From a side view, optical view, you see the seed starting to sprout, its roots springing from its shell, its leaves starting to peek out just on top of the fresh soil, nourished with the love of Gaia, Mother Earth. Filled with the love of the universe, which is the same love you were created by. Notice as you watch the seeds sprout on top of the soil, as you viewed the roots sprouting from its shell, you didn't criticize the seed. You did not accuse it of being lazy or selfish. In fact, you simply just allowed the seed to do what you knew it would do, which is to sprout itself. Everything you hear, everything you feel, everything you see pulls you deeper into peace. Take your deep breath in. Hold. Release. Notice the patience that you had while you were watching the seed grow. That is the patience. That is energy of patience. You watched and allowed. Watched and allowed. You just was there. Right? Take your deep breath. Keeping steady deep breath. Now look at that seed. Send that energy, patience, straight to the center space right underneath your belly button. I am fluid. I am fluid enough to allow what is. Again, I am fluid enough to allow what is. Again, I am fluid enough to allow what is. To yourself, Jacqueline, you are fluid enough to allow what is. First person, I, Jacqueline, am fluid enough. I am fluid enough to allow what is. I, Jacqueline, am fluid enough to allow what is. It's okay if you stutter over your words. The intention is there. That's all that matters. You are not your actions. You are not any of that. You are in control. You shapeshift. You can move, strengthen, weaken. You are all powerful. And just as that seed, by the way, that seed grows up to be 20 feet tall, 10 feet tall, 10 feet tall. The seed is as tall up as low. That's 20 feet. Taking a deep breath in. Thank you, seed, for your teachings. When you're ready, come back. Allowing the breath to bring you back. Wiggle your toes. Stretch out. Hi. Awesome. Okay, so beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm really glad that we got through everything, and I feel so at peace. Okay, so this time is for the close. So this was day 2. Tomorrow is day 3. And tomorrow, what are my notes? I'm still like so spacey. I can't even think straight. So tomorrow we're speaking on how to make your intuition voice louder. So that'll be fun. I'll bring some games for us to play, some intuition games, so we can do this. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or if you want to work with me, you can send your inquiries, inquiries to Ask Guru Jackie, that's JACI, at JLove. No, I feel like I from that meditation. AskGuruJackie@gmail.com. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's JLove_official. That is spelled JLAWVE. Okay, JLove_official. All right. You are very brave for stepping into your power. Remember that. Every time somebody doubts you, every time you feel cool, like you should be going back and forth and questioning what you're doing and saying, you know what I'm saying? Just, you're very brave. And it is a brave thing to move in the direction of your purpose. Because not everybody does it. Because it is scary. Of course. It's super scary. There's a lot of deprogramming, but if I can help you understand that the reason why it's so scary is because those emotions, excuse me, are of, say, little Jackie at 5 years old screaming. Like if the little kid is freaking out, like of course that's scary. That freaks out parents. That freaks out everybody. That's why we have a society whose full attempt is to make us manageable, right? You've been programmed to be manageable, so that you can function in society. And some things are things you can keep. Some things are things you can build on. A lot of them are things you can use. But some things you just got to learn how to let it go. And some things you got to understand that you have them, so that you understand where it came from. It's all about having compassion for yourself. That's the point. The whole point is to just see yourself as somebody that you can relate to. That was really powerful. See yourself as somebody that you can relate to, you know, as somebody who deserves to feel, given a break, like that seed, you know? You do. Okay. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow in day 3. All right? Peace, love, and fire. Bane, Boo-Boos, you want to come say hi this time? Come here. Come here. He doesn't want to. Okay. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, that's it. Bye.